but that's really, really creepy.
Cinderella, or the Little Black Slipper, is a folk tale embodying a myth element of unjust oppression or triumphant reward. Thousands of yen are known throughout the world. The title character is a young woman living in unfortunate circumstances that are suddenly changed to remarkable fortune. The oldest documented version comes from China and the oldest European version comes from Italy. The most popular version was first published by Charles Perrault in Histoire ou contes du temps passé in 1697, and later by the brothers Grimm in their folk-tale collection, Grimm's Fairy Tale. The word Cinderella has by analogy come to mean one whose attributes were unrecognized or one who unexpectedly achieved recognition or success after a period of obscurity and neglect. One of the most popular versions of Cinderella was written in French by Charles Perrault in 1697 under the name Cendrillon. The popularity of his tale was due to his addition to the story, including the pumpkin, the fairy godmother, and the introduction of glass slipper. Another well-known version was recorded by the German brothers Jacob and William Grimm in the 19th century. This version is much more intense than that of Perrault and Disney, as Cinderella's father did not die, and the stepsisters cut off their own toes to fit in the golden slipper. In addition, there is no fairy godmother, but rather help comes from a wishing tree that she planted on her mother's grave, and watered it with her tears. The girl prays under it 3 times a day, and a white bird will always come to her, throwing down what she has wished for. The king decides to ordain a festival that will last for 3 days, and invites all the beautiful maidens in the land to attend, so that the prince can select one of them as his bride. The story ends when the prince goes to Cinderella's house and tries the slipper to the 2 stepsisters. On their mother's advice, one cut off her toes and the other cut off part of her heel in order to get their foot in the slipper. While riding with the stepsisters, 2 doves from heaven tell the prince that blood drips from their foot. The prince comes back to inquire about another girl. The gentleman tells him that they keep a kitchen maid in the house, omitting to mention that she is his own daughter. And the prince asks him to let her try on the slipper. Cinderella appears after washing herself, and when she puts on the slipper, the prince recognizes her as the stranger with whom he had danced at the ball. At the end, during Cinderella's wedding, as she walks down the aisle with her stepsisters as her bridesmaids, the dove flies down and strikes the 2 stepsisters' eyes, one in the left and the other in the right. When the wedding comes to an end, and Cinderella and her prince march out of the church, the dove flies again, striking the remaining eyes of the 2 stepsisters, blind, a punishment they had to endure for the rest of their life. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you a happy Halloween 2016. So yeah, as you guessed it, I disguised myself as Cinderella this year. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you later. Bonjour. C'est Halloween. Halloween.
Sai với chạy.
Correct?
Cũng ça fait de du bien.
Mais non, mais ça fait du monde paye là, non? Ok, merci.
De manger, hein?
Comment on prend ça là?
Et tu fais scorpion que tu te l'arrives, tu manges.
Qu'est-ce scorpion, ce?
Ok, tu fais
Quoi?
quoi qui va se
YouTube là.
Tu trouves ça scorpion, ça?
Non,
Des araignées?
Araignée.
Mais oui, les araignées, là.
Ah, vous êtes ravissante.
Merci beaucoup.
Vous êtes déguisée en quoi? En toile d'araignée? Non, peut-être un fantôme?
Ça va pas? Vous devez
Bah,
me
je vois des araignées, je vois du
Moi,
blanc.
je pense que c'est une princesse fantôme, je sais pas.
Ah, je l'avais pas reconnue moi quand je regardais c'est qui. Je voyais derrière la porte, je me dis qu'est-ce que c'est ça?
Hello there. Only one thing for today. My feet hurt a lot, and they are much more tired than me. I buy these for my dress up. They are very pretty, but I really hate them. Let's put it away. I don't know what to talk in this video, so let's talk about this makeup. You know that in this movie, the stepmother has broken Cinderella's glass slipper. So I use my broken bowl pieces to glue it on my face, on my cheeks, here, and on my chest. In the story, you know that the fairy godmother used a pumpkin, so I just use an orange eyeshadow to contour on my forehead and just on my cheeks. As Cinderella is a kitchen maid, I use a white paint as a base, and then I use black eyeshadow here and as a contour on my neck, and then I use a black paint to draw on the eyebrows, spiders just here, and a little spider web here. Yeah, it's just a reference that Cinderella is a kitchen maid. She almost covered up with ashes. So yeah, today was a very fun day for me. I enjoy scaring people, and I did enjoy taking pictures with them too. And I want to thank people for their little treat. As yesterday was Diwali, I got some Diwali sweets. Yeah. So I think it's right time to remove all that makeup. See you later. There are people who see these glass pieces on my cheeks. They ask me if the glue won't eat my face. Yeah, there is nothing. Yeah. So. But somehow you can feel that you have something on the face, and it feels so good when you remove pieces.